Now, the World Catfish Festival may have come and gone, but the art and the posters, they live on. And joining us today is the young artist who created the 2023 Catfish Festival poster, Miss Gracy Nerren. Hey, Gracy.
Hey, Miss Rebecca. How are you?
I am doing well, and I have to add that Rhino and I both said we've reached the age where Sir and Miss Rebecca don't make us feel so old anymore. So we appreciate we appreciate your kindness. No, I love your art. I love this idea that you got to represent the 2023 Catfish Festival. How did this all come about? How did you find yourself in the creative drawing board, thinking up what the poster would look like?
Well, I was actually asked by Emily to do it, and I was very, very excited, especially just being a senior in high school. But my family's always been very deeply rooted in the catfish business. It goes back to my great-grandfather, so that was something that was really special to me. And I knew that I really wanted to include the catfish sculptures in the painting, which most of the locals know, there's over 40 in town in Belzona. They were painted by local artists, and so I picked my favorite, which was the Delta Blues cat, because I love anything to do with the Delta Blues. So I wanted that to be the focus of the design. And I also incorporated the heart of the Delta sign, which I thought would be perfect because Belzona is my hometown, and it really is where my heart lies. And they've given me the world of support, and I have a little backstory on that. So I remember when I first started trying to sell my art, and I remember I didn't really know where to start out. And my mom was like, hey, well, let's see if Liz and Sherry will let you sell it at the commissary. And I was really nervous to ask, but I went in there with her, and I was really shy. And I was like, hey, y'all have a lot of pretty artwork in here. I'm actually an artist, too. And so I was like, what do y'all think about letting me put my art in here? And it really took off from there. And they welcomed me with open arms, so they've really been great to work with.
Well, kudos to you for having the courage to sort of put yourself out there and say, hey, I enjoy art. I think I would fit in with what you're selling here. Could I have a space? And then, I think that a lot of people could gain a lot of inspiration from just having the courage to ask. What's the worst thing they could have said, right, Gracie, was, or give you sort of another route. Let's talk about your art because it's exceptional. People can see it on the poster. I know they can still have an opportunity to buy the poster or it as a T-shirt. If they didn't make it to the festival. But you're only 18, so when did you start with your love of art?
Well, it's been ever since I was a little girl. So my mom's side of the family, they're very artistically inclined, and when I was younger, one way we bonded was we would always paint together, whether it was at my grandparents' house or we actually even have a room in our house that's always been dedicated to art. So like I said, ever since I was a little girl, I was always in there making something, and I remember even back in elementary school, I was super into, I wasn't really into painting yet, but I was more into, craft projects, and whether it was something that popsicle sticks or bracelets, paper mache or whatnot, I was constantly making something, and then I would go and sell it at school. So all my teachers and my friends, they would joke, oh, well, there goes Gracie, our little natural entrepreneur. So little did I know I'd actually end up with a business down the road. So it's really just something that I think I've always loved to do.
Well, you're definitely good at it. I was looking at your Facebook page, Gracy Nerren Art, and looking through some of the stuff that you sell. What would you say is sort of your staple, Gracy? What is your, this is the thing that sells the most, or you sort of hone in on in terms of your painting or your particular art projects?
Well, definitely my Mississippi Delta pillows are huge sellers. I feel like they encompass a lot of different elements from around the Delta. You've got the agriculture industry and then blues music. And I also sell a lot of, like I said, agriculture-related things like Delta sunsets, dirt roads, and cotton paintings, and a lot of hunting scenes have been popular lately.
I just thought, Gracy, we need to connect you with the Delta Dirt Shirt lady. She's actually out of Vicksburg, but she dyes her shirts in dirt made out of from the Mississippi clay, and she gets artists to come and help sort of with the design on the back. Anywho, here we are, two crossroads of two good things guests. I feel like we'll make that happen behind the scenes for sure. I feel like you'd be a great fit for her and what she is doing. But I think also folks need to know that you're a great fit for whether it's gifts or sort of things that they're thinking about in terms of art for their home. I love supporting local artists, particularly one as young as you that's got, their whole life ahead to think about their business or how they want to use it. And what great start to the poster. So let's go back to the poster for the Catfish Festival. Did you paint that? Did you draw it or color it? Like, where is the original poster, or how did that work into them taking your art and making it into the poster size?
Yes, ma'am. So first, I just started out with a sketch. Once I got my ideas together, and then it's actually a watercolor painting. So I painted it, got it sealed up for them, and then I sold the painting to the festival with the rights, and so they have the original painting, and I believe it will be on display at the Catfish Museum once that gets all set up. And they're also selling the Catfish T-shirts for this year and the posters that I designed, which are limited edition prints, at 49 Commissary in Belzona.
And I think it's neat that there are folks out there. I'd love to find someone. You may know someone, Gracie, who has all now 46 posters of the World Catfish Festival. I know that's something that started way back when, and people collect them, and each year it's sort of different. What's it feel like being amongst some of Mississippi's greatest artists, and then also local artists like yourself who now have, their name in the poster sort of catalog?
It feels really cool. I don't really know what else to say. It's just amazing to hear it. I never thought I'd be able to do something like this.
With your family being rooted in Belzona, and obviously going back in terms of with catfish industry, and then knowing what all happened to the neighboring towns, how important is it right now for just Mississippi to continue looking at the Delta, continuing wanting to help support the recovery efforts from the tornadoes?
I think it's really important because the Delta is really important to Mississippi. And I think with the Catfish Festival, even though there was especially a lot going on with the weather and everything at that time, people were out volunteering and helping the community, and we were still able to have the festival, and it was just really great.
It was a great turnout. It was still showed people that people care about Mississippi, come out and sort of support too. And again, I want them to do that for you and your art. So where is your Facebook page the best place they can find you, Gracie? Or if they want to actually go and purchase something, is it local shops in town? How can we do that?
Yes, ma'am. So Facebook is one of the best places to reach me at Gracy Nerren Art. And I also have an Instagram, GracyNerren.art. And then, of course, I sell my work at different stores around the Delta. Got, of course, 49 Commissary. And then I have 3 places in Greenville, actually. 915 Floral Designs and Gifts, and then Grounded Sister Coffee Shop. And right now, going on in downtown Greenville at E.E. Bass, there's an exhibit there that they're hosting, that Greenville Arts Council is hosting. And it's a completely Delta-themed exhibit. It's really nice. And pretty soon I'll have Double Decker at the end of this month in Oxford coming up, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. All right, you mentioned you were a senior, so you've got graduation coming up not too long from now, Gracie. What's next for you? Are you going to art school? Are you going to fly in terms of being an independent artist? What's on the horizon for Gracie?
Well, nothing's set in stone yet, but my plan is to go to nursing school and just continue expanding my business and just see where it takes me.
I think that's a great idea. You keep having the courage just to ask, and you never know what doors will be open for you, Gracie. I hope folks come out and see you at all your upcoming festivals. The Double Decker, I know we'll be talking more about that as it comes up, and they get their poster and their T-shirt. And where can we go for keeping up with all things, Gracie?
Where can we go? To Facebook. That would be the place.
All right. I appreciate your time today, Gracie.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All righty. Pretty cool. Look at there. Just a little bit of behind the scenes of the poster of this year's World Catfish Festival. Again, the festival has come and gone. They went ahead, and the show must go on, even though with the weather woes that they were having. But it was a beautiful day for that particular festival. People showed up, showed their support for the Delta, for Belzona, for the catfish industry, and more importantly for the people of the